It's important that fans know that we get a lift from seeing our green and gold in the stands.
Passionate, tough games. They're on our soil and we want the 3 points.
Come watch us play against Japan and create another memory of Socceroos history.
Brilliant stuff from the Socceroos. What the emotion must be like to score for your country in a key World Cup qualifier. Oh, onto a crossbar by Matt Ryan. Aiden cross-stitch. He makes no mistake.
Good afternoon and welcome to the official pre-match press conference for Australia. Before we commence official proceedings, I'd like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Awer Nation, the traditional custodians of this land, and pay our respects to the elders both past and present. Australia will host Japan in the AFC Asian Qualifiers Road to Qatar 2022 tomorrow night at Stadium Australia with kick-off at 8:10 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. For today's press conference, we have from Australia assistant coach Rene Meulensteen and player Awer Mabil. To ask a question of the assistant coach in Awer, please use the chat function and your question will be read out. First of all, Rene, this is an important match for both nations. Would you please tell us how the team has fared in preparation?
Well, as you know, there's always a challenge with these FIFA windows in terms of when to get all the players in. I think that's for all the nations the same. But all the players have come in fine. You know, all the players have pulled up really, really good. The sessions have been very, very good. Players have responded well to what we've been doing. So we are actually really, really excited for this upcoming fixture.
You arrived yesterday. How are you faring ahead of the match tomorrow night?
I feel good. Like Rene say, all the boys are responding well. Yesterday we had a training session and to get the body going, so I feel really good.
Just a reminder, please use the chat function and I will have your question up and going. We have a question here from Thomas Williams. How do you approach, Rene, how do you approach this game given the technical quality of Japan? Do you try the match or do you try and overrun them and outfight them with Australia's physical qualities?
Two sides to the game. I think you need to always respect every opponent. We all know that Japan is a strong team, strong nations, good players. But it's all about identifying the trends and where we can hurt them. We always go from our own strength. You mentioned two enormous big qualities of the Australian, of our squad, the Socceroos, you know, the ability to fight and things. But on top of that, we can play a really good game. We make sure that we get the plan tactically right. We need to make sure that we are going to have very good focus, great concentration. But more than anything, I think the courage will win us the game. The courage of the players to do the right thing, to show their talents, which will cause a lot of problems for the Japan team. And more than anything, we play a home game. Our home fans will be massively important. There will be such a big support all the way through, and the more noise they make, the more they support the players, and that will bring the best out of our players for sure.
Next question is from from the Morning Herald. Rene, there have been a lot of distractions for the team this week, with so many players out, and even the coach been fined by the Federation for breaching self-isolation. How has the team been able to focus on the match with so much happening around them?
Well, first and foremost, not to let it become a distraction. And the players have been responding really well to that. We've dealt with this situation previously in Melbourne when we had to play Vietnam. The players know we've got a quality staff. Graham Arnold has a quality staff back at him. So we all do the same routines. The players know that. We need to make sure we get everything right in terms of preparation on the training pitch. The meetings, which Graham Arnold will still conduct himself. For that, there's no reasons to get distracted. The players are very, very focused on the job in hand.
Just a reminder to use the chat function to be able to ask your questions. We'll just have one for Awer while we wait for the next question. Awer, Japan and Australia have a great history. How are you looking at this match?
I think it's going to be an interesting game. you know, we obviously we're playing at home, so for me I think it's a good opportunity for us and for our fans to really show up in numbers and support us. And I think also for the young players it's a good opportunity to really, you know, give for their country. So I think we see this opportunity and we're all ready for that.
Next question from George Clark from AAP. Rene, you've had a very storied and vast career across this game. Have you ever known a build-up quite like this?
Well, I've been through many things, but no, not really. But it shows the versatility, I think, that we've got in the staff around Graham and around the team, that we are ready for every scenario. Like I said, for us, it's the most important thing to get the players prepared in the best possible way, which we are doing. And I'm sure the players will be absolutely ready. And like I said, it's not about making sure that distractions become distractions. Keep a good focus, good concentration, and the players will be ready to put a great performance.
A question from Awer from Monteverde. Awer, have you been revitalised since you made your move to Turkey?
Yeah, obviously I'm back playing again, and you know, I did what I had to do in Denmark and help the club achieve many things. And over the last year, I was not enjoying my football, so I wanted to enjoy my football again. And right now, I'm enjoying my football. So for me, I'm mentally and physically, I'm in great shape. So yeah, you could call it whatever you want, but I just call it happiness. I'm happy again, so that's the most important.
Another question from Vince Rugari. Rene, there are many talented players in this squad due to players who aren't available. Can having young players with such a big point to prove in the team and such big ambitions for the future be an advantage in a game and a situation like this?
Absolutely, without a doubt. And that is the reason why Graham Arnold and myself, we took the Olympic team. And this is the result of it. We felt that we had to create more depth over the years to come. And if you look at, the games that we played in Japan, for instance, against Argentina, which we won, fantastic performance also against Spain. But those players have come on leaps and bounds, and they are here to be selected by merit, and that is the future of Australian soccer and this Socceroo squad. And they will bring an abundance of energy, but not only that, they will have the quality if they are called upon, and they will prove in really good players for us.
Just a reminder, you can use the chat function to add your questions. Our next one is from Mabil from number 10. Rene, does Australia need to be more attacking, given a draw doesn't help the cause?
Well, more attacking, I think he refers to this game. What we need to do is, because we need to making sure that we've got a realistic approach in this game. You can't win the game in the first 20 or 30 minutes. But if you're not careful, you can lose it. But we will always be on the front foot. We will always use our attacking threats. We've got plenty of. And that will be our focus. But at the end of the day, it's all about winning this game. And we have to understand the phases that we get through, the start of the game, how we manage the game, and how we finish the game. And if we can be in control of all those phases, without no doubt, we're gonna get a good, positive result.
Next question is from George. Awer, can you please talk us through the sense of expectation you feel for this game? This game is vital for the Socceroos. How do you cope with the pressure when Japan only need a draw?
Obviously, yeah, you could say there's big pressure, but I don't see it like that. I see it as an opportunity to really, fight for my country. And I think every player is just, roaring to go. So that's how I see it, and that's the energy I feel in the camp, that we're gonna go out there and do our country proud. That's our first aim. And obviously the build up to the game is, there's a lot of talks, but I think once we get on the field will do the talking. So I think that's where we're gonna respond.
Next question is also again for you, Awer. I'm getting a run of them. It's been 40 years since the Socceroos lost a World Cup qualifier at home. That wasn't a dead rubber. How much confidence does a record like that give the playing group?
Yeah, it's nice to have those numbers behind us, and it can also show what the Socceroos have been doing over the last 4 years. But for us also, it's just every game is a must-win, no matter what game you play or what's at stake. So I think the motivation is just to win, because as a footballer, since we were kids, we all just want to win games. So this is no difference. So let's keep it going.
The next question is from Tom Williams. Rene, tactically, what have you learned from the last game against Japan, where Australia struggled to progress the ball through the Japanese press? Could we see some fresh faces in midfield without Moy and Rogic?
Well, it's obviously unfortunately that Tommy and Aaron are not part of the squad, but we've got enough depth and other players will step up to the plate. I've looked back at the game many times. I thought we played very, very well in that game, as we've done in other games where we didn't get the result we necessarily wanted. I think we sometimes haven't produced the quality in the key moments. But I thought in that game away to Japan, and the way that we conceded the goal in the end of the game, I think a draw would have been a fair result. I think there was plenty of moments of good football, and we are capable of reproducing that tomorrow without a shadow of a doubt. We know we're up against a good opposition, but we've got such a big belief in our qualities of our own, and we will be able, to hurt them in certain moments of the game tomorrow.
From Marco, Rene, how is the fitness of Matthew Leckie? Is he available for selection?
Well, Matthew Leckie is just coming back from injuries. We know he's been doing some really good rehab work with his club. He's come in. We monitor him very, very closely. That is what we keep doing today and over tomorrow, and then we'll make a decision whether he can be playing a part or some part of it. But we're happy that we got him in the squad, and he's looking very good.
Question from George. Rene, can you just clarify whether it will be you or Arnie on the sideline tomorrow?
Well, at the moment, obviously, we're still dealing with the situation, and we get clarification during the day. Personally, I hope Arnie will be there, and I'm there to back him up like all the rest of the staff. So hopefully that will be the case.
A question from Taka Uematsu. For Rene, what is your thoughts on the current Japanese squad without Osako Sasaki and Tomiyasu? Those who were playing big parts of the team you faced last October in Japan. With their absence, is it difficult for you to see how the Japanese side will look like tomorrow's match?
No, not really. If you really analyse the Japanese teams over time, they are quite set in their own ways, in their own style. So I don't expect too many surprises. But more than anything, we will go from our own strength. We will identify, the weaknesses or the areas where we can exploit them. Again, like us, they have players missing. They have to come up with different personnel. But for us, it's all about us. It's all about us and our strength, how we're going to utilize it.
Next question is from Mori Masafumi. Manager, there aren't some important players in Japan. Who do you think those important players are? Who's the key man in Japan?
Well, Japan has over years, I think, developed some tremendous players. And I think in this current squad, I think you have to be honestly say that Minamino, who obviously plays for Liverpool, is an outstanding player. And if you give him time and space on the ball, he can hurt you. You got Ito as the right winger, who's obviously very, very quick, very good in 1v1s. We need to make sure that we deal with that. They got some good experience, obviously, in the back and in the centre of midfield in Endo. I think those are basically the framework that makes the Japanese team tick. But what they have got in abundance is energy. That's what they always have. They will run, they will fight for 90 minutes. And that's why, like Awer says, it's going to be a really interesting game for us. But on home soil with the crowd behind us, I'm sure we're going to play a great game.
Last couple of questions from Vince Regari. Rene, Dennis Jean-Marie has been putting together a fantastic season for Toulouse in France's second year, but hasn't had a proper opportunity for the Socceroos until now. What does he offer that is different from other midfielders
Well, that last bit I think is very important. I mean, Danny has his step into Europe in Toulouse has been a very, very important step for him. He plays every week, the top of the second division in France, so they're looking for promotion. The more minutes they play, the more they mature, the better you got. What I like about Danny, he's versatile. He's very tidy on the ball. He's very good retainer of the ball in that respect, and that is important in certain parts of the game. So he's a very good asset for us, and he will be very important for the future for the Socceroos.
We've got time for two final questions, if anyone wants to add them in. Second last question, Marco Monteverde. Rene, we've seen Aiden sign without Rogic and Moy before. Is this another chance for him to dominate in the main playmaking role?
It's a good question. Aiden, again, plays in a very strong league in Germany, in the Bundesliga with Eintracht. Probably would have wished to have more minutes than he's played, but Aiden is a very, very talented player that has got the ability to, to make things happen, to play players through, to put them into 1v1 situations, to create assists and to score goals himself. And besides that, he got a fantastic set-piece delivery as well. So it is an opportunity, and that is what is going to be presented for other players, and this is the opportunity for them to step up and show how good they are.
And the final question goes to Ben Hamley from Network 10. This is both for Rene and for Awer. Do the Socceroos have to play their best game today to get the job done?
In these games, these are the games that players are going to be talking about in many years to come. Those are the games you want to be remembered by. And the message for us is play to be remembered. And yes, everybody knows what's at stake, but it's the excitement and what you can achieve will get the players to play at their very, very best. I have absolutely no doubt about that.
And I think, like Rene said, we as players will look forward to this moment. Us growing up, we've watched Tim Cahill do it. We've watched Mabil do it also to qualify us for the last World Cup. So this is an opportunity for us as a group, and I feel a magical night coming up. So we just have to protect that energy as a group, and then let's go out there and do our job and put our name in the history book. So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
It's important that fans know that we get a lift from seeing our green and gold in the stands.
Passionate, tough games. They're on our soil, and we want the 3 points.
Come watch us play against Japan and create another memory of Socceroos history.
Brilliant stuff from the Socceroos. What the emotion must be like to score for your country in a key World Cup qualifier. Oh, onto a crossbar by Matt Ryan. Aiden crossed it. He makes no mistake.